Hey guys, how's it going? Hope you've been well. I'm out with Brad in the great Tacoma and my Tacoma and another buddy, Seth. So we got our dogs headed out, gonna go do some camping. So we're already out kind of near, just about at the trailhead, but I figured I would film a little intro. Pulled over because there's this cool kind of like weird frozen pond with trees in it that I just thought looked cool. So I'm gonna show you that, and then we're gonna pack back up and hit the trail. What do you think you're doing? You gonna come out? Go see your friend? So this creek is like mining runoff. There's no fish in it, and I don't think it's poisonous for dogs to drink, but we're gonna kind of try to monitor the dogs so they don't get too down on the water. But kind of nice noises. Decent little spot. Nice grand waterfall over here. It's a little bit protected from wind. It's like a hill right over here, though it is pretty windy right now, but I'm guessing it's way windier elsewhere. But I don't know. We haven't seen a single person camping, a single person on the trail, so we may continue going and see what else is out there. Touch. All right, so we're back. This trail was pretty smooth though, honestly. Not like a bunch of washboard or anything. So we're here, Brad's set up. I actually just brought I recently prepared a bunch of firewood just for my house and kind of had some random small pieces that we brought out. No fire bans currently. So the spot was pretty level, but I did pull up on 2 rocks here in the front to level things out a little more. So now we're sitting pretty nice. I actually like it like a tiny bit, if I'm gonna be angled anyway, a tiny bit this way. My head is on this side, so I got a tiny bit of angle over there. And then we'll set this up. I actually took that one off already, so do this one-handed and film while we're doing it. Sky Camp Mini here. Just pull this out.
Grab some like duct tape and tape it together, or just get it pretend. Yeah. You know, they make some that are like super fast setup that might be done. Yeah.
So now we're good. Now we're good. Actually, iCamper used this at Overland Expo, and they brought that rain fly all the way up, which I've never done. So. I gotta see, hopefully I can just pull it down. And then I'll show you what else we got going on here in a little bit. So I brought a bunch of gear. I've been liking this BioLite fire pit. We'll make a fire in it and I'll show you some of the features, but basically it has a fan that blows fresh air into the bottom, so it's a super clean, nice, hot, efficient burn and not a bunch of smoke blowing up at you. There's a little thing you can put under it, a little prodder, and yeah, that's the setup. Obviously a grill on top. You can kind of slide it around so you can kind of have stuff over here and obviously reload it. It's nice. Made many a wiener on there. And like I said, brought a bunch of random wood from home just because I had it. And I brought all the gadgets out actually. So we got the Dometic, and this is the CFX3, the 25 size. So it's nice and compact. 25, 35 fit under a Diamondback cover. On the Tacoma, it's just a nice compact size. I don't have much in here, honestly. Bunch of beers, Bush Light. Someone left these in my truck after Expo. I think it was Andy actually. I don't ever drink Bush. I don't think I'll like it, but I'm gonna drink some tonight. And then I got that plugged into a Goal Zero Yeti 1500X, which is overkill for just the fridge, but I did bring my trick to staying warm winter camping is a heated blanket that I have in there, but I think it's probably just gonna get a little below freezing tonight, so I probably won't even kick it on. What else? I do have a Pelican case strapped to the roof, but honestly didn't even put anything in there. And then back here I have my trusty Pelican 1507 with all my camera gear in here. So I did a whole video on this actually where I talk about the camera gear. So in here I have mics and batteries and SD cards and GoPros and my second camera. It just fits in there perfectly. And then got my Vertex contingency duffel. This red light's throwing off the color balance a bunch in here. This is where I just kind of keep all my goods. It's just my main, I use that bag more than any other bag. Got the setups. Brad loves string lights, so I figured I would bust mine out as well. We got the BioLite fired up here. Hi Trey.
Poured it in and instantly.
This is a really cool fire pit because you basically see the whole thing. There's three basically channels in here that shoot air into the fire. There's one underneath and then two on each side. So one of the main reasons I like this fire pit is because it's super easy to make fires in, but also it's nearly smokeless, like once it gets going. So it's just, you can get real close to it, see the whole fire, and then you can cook on it easily too. So I got a little kettle on here. First round of bacon was delicious and nutritious. I got a bunch of old, like Mountain House and Backpackers Pantry that are right at their expiration date, so I figure I'll start kind of going through them. Heating up some water for that. And Trey's eating his boring kibble dinner. And Seth's been living off of beef jerky and wine. So, living the good life. Living the good life. I think Brad's gonna cook up some eggs. I should have brought some real eggs for us, but I didn't, because I'm lame. It's just like in a pool of oil. Alright, let's see how we're doing here. Steaming, not quite at a boil. What are you two lovebirds doing? Morning. Lens is a little bit foggy, but got a little bit of snow, just a dusting last night. Gonna get up now, get the day started. Alright, well it's snowing on us now. The guys want to just kind of get packed up and head out, so we probably won't make any breakfast. Frozen ice bowl. What I find is, well, when I want to keep water from freezing, usually what'll work is I just put it in the truck, and if it's not crazy cold, that'll usually keep it from freezing overnight, so then I can use it for breakfast stuff in the morning. But yeah, a little bit of snow. It's pretty cold, so we're probably gonna wrap things up here and head out. Another thing I'll do is set the fridge temp higher, and it'll act as an insulation layer. These were in the fridge to not freeze that. So another little trick you can do to try and keep things from freezing. I did run the Goal Zero. I did end up using the heated blanket a bit, but we didn't use it much, so only down to 81% there. Sweet. You didn't need no reason more than the oh so pleasing bright shining silver and gold. And when all is fair, just say a prayer. 'Cause win or losing matters just the same. When all is fair, you just say a prayer. 'Cause we are all in it for the home. Alright, so we're back now. It's actually a day later. So I got back yesterday. But when I got back, I had a front runner rack waiting for me for the LX. So this is a LX 570 or a 200 series Land Cruiser front runner roof rack. So I installed that instead when I got home. So I'll do a video on the LX here in a little bit. But for now, I just kind of like to talk gear and setup and whatnot after a trip. It's just kind of what I do here on the channel. It's kind of gear centric. So I'm just gonna walk you through kind of all that stuff, and yeah. So as you maybe saw in the last video that was on my channel, I just got my truck back from running for Tacos, and he did a few things, one of which was swap the leaf pack from the OME Dakar to a Deaver. So this is a Deaver. It's all covered in dirt now, but I believe it was the Stage 2, which is kind of their middle stage leaf pack for about 400, I think it was 400 to 700 pounds of kind of static load in the back, which I probably am not quite at that, maybe right around the low end, but I also put a lot of gear in the bed of the truck. I think I talked about it already, but I got a new one. Actually, Jason from Overland Eats got a new one for me. I just need to get it from him and install it. So put those in, did some work up front. Actually, did a tiny bit of wheeling, nothing too crazy, but enough to kind of see, if we would rub back here, and rub's pretty much eliminated with that new kit. So everything did good up front with that alignment, pushing the caster forward, and that new thing up there. And then a bunch of interior stuff too, which a lot of it is aesthetic, deleting all the chrome, putting these tan rings in. But that was nice to look at and touch, but a little bit dirty in here now. So let's just talk about some stuff. My friend Brad is also a licensed ham operator, so we talk on ham on the Yaesu, and that's always nice. I use this little Goal Zero Crush lantern. I just like these lanterns, kind of easy to use. And then one of my go-to knives is always the Benchmade Bushcrafter, just a nice solid knife for just kind of firewood cutting, miscellaneous knife tasks around. So that's always a good knife. And I always link to all this stuff down in the video description below. So if you need that. It's a little messy back here now because I was grabbing some camera gear out of my Pelican. But basically back here I have the Vertex contingency duffel, and this is just always kind of loaded out with different stuff, usually like clothes and camping gear and whatever. Maybe I'll put food and snacks and anything. Just my miscellaneous duffel that gets used all the time. I mentioned in the last video, these may still be available. Vertex recently launched pretty much all their bags in multicam black, but I think some of them are sold out. But if not, you can use my code LLOD to save 20% off of everything at vertex.com. And yeah, all the multicam black goodness, obviously, which I love because the whole truck is multicam black. This is the little string light kit I like just because it rolls up into itself, solar charge or USB charge. Nice little setup. You can check the battery status indicator and has multiple brightness levels. So these are kind of the string lights that I like to use. And then other than that, just the Pelican case with my camera gear. So I have everything from mics and batteries to SD cards and GoPros and my two bodies I use. So it's kind of what I keep in the back seat. And this is the 2/3 rear seat delete with the dog bed that I keep back there for Atreyu. And then really where all the action happens is the tailgate. This is where I cook. This is where we hang out. This is kind of where everything is. And I've said it before, but the Diamondback cover, obviously I like it because I can just throw stuff in here and it's relatively weatherproof and out of the elements, and it's not getting rained on and muddy and whatever. It's not perfectly sealed because the tailgate gasket isn't perfectly sealed, and there's some other stuff that I kind of try to seal up. But basically I just throw stuff up back here, and you know, whether it's electronics or whether it's my pillow, I'm not really worried about it getting wet or damaged or anything. So I like the Diamondback because of that. But one of the main reasons when I'm actually camping is just because it's a second shelf. So all my action happens back here, and I'll put ingredients, or I'll put my beer or whatever up here, an extra pair of boots or whatever. So it's just like a shelf that under the tent is covered. So at nighttime I can put stuff here that I don't want getting rained on, and it's kind of protected. So it's just a big protected shelf. But mainly it's when I'm doing stuff, I just have an extra place to put things up here. So I really like that. And then in the back, we got the CFX. I think I talked about it. This is the 25. So it's like the smallest CFX3 they make. Good little size for a few days, or I mean, you can make it stretch longer depending on how much stuff you need frozen or refrigerated. Plug that into the Yeti 1500X back there. This is the Coleman jug that I've had forever that I just kind of use for basic water needs. I may get like one of those water shower, road shower things, and I kind of want to just like put it under here. So we have this nice long area of space that isn't fully utilized. I said again, I use it for a shelf a lot, but could put something under there. And then a couple camp chairs, sleeping bag, and then just my big camping tub, which I've basically done a whole video on as well if you're interested. So the idea behind this is just to have one tub with all of the gear that I need pretty much all the time. And that way when I'm ready to go camping, I just grab that and go. So that's super handy, just to have one big kind of tub. I did add the Diamondback light under here, which is nice, but I also have this little light here that I kind of use for tailgate cooking, and it's magnetic. This is a little stream light, so you can kind of put it wherever and angle it, and has different light modes. So it's kind of just a utility light that I like to use. I think that's about it. I know a lot of you guys like the little gear breakdowns that I do like this at the end of videos. Let me know if you do. Let me know if you don't, I guess, as well. And if you want to see something else, like, oh, at the end of a trip, I'd love you to talk about such and such or this and that, let me know down in the comments below so I can kind of include that at after camping trip, close up, wrap up sessions. Yeah, okay. I think that's all, guys. I think I'll post this right before SEMA, this video. So if you are at SEMA, this truck is at SEMA in the iCamper booth. And I will be at SEMA as well, rolling around. I'll probably spend some time in the iCamper booth. And the Ford, the Tremor, the Freedom Tremor, is gonna be at the Dometic booth, kind of in the Overland Experience section. So if you wanna see that, I'll be hanging out there as well. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's it, guys. I give announcements in a fair amount of videos soon, update on this. I'll do a little video on the LX as well, and all kinds of stuff coming up. So yeah, thanks for watching. Don't forget, hit that thumbs up button, get subscribed to the channel if you want to. Leave a comment down below letting me know what you liked, what you hated, what you want to see. And I think that's it. Until next time, guys, take care.